Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Elimba Television tonight. As you are well aware, on the 17th of September 2020, President Muhammadu Buhari signed the Nigeria Police Bill 2020 into law. The act repeals the Police Act 2004 to provide for a more effective and well-organized police force, driven by the principles of transparency, accountability in its operations, and management of its resources. Among others, the Act establishes an appropriate funding framework for the police in line with what is obtainable in other federal government key institutions. Since the signing of the bill, however, there have been several controversies with regards the effect on this bill on the powers of the police to prosecute crimes. Not just the police, the powers of other federal law enforcement agencies to prosecute crimes in Nigeria. Lawyers have debated the issue, and so tonight we have eminent lawyers in our midst to discuss this topic, tonight being the new Nigeria Police Act 2020, its effect on criminal prosecution. With us tonight is Mr. Isaac Oba, Principal Partner, Oba Isaac & Co., Editor-in-Chief, Erudite Judgments of the Supreme Court. Mr. Isaac, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
What do you think, Isaac, please, on the new Nigeria Police Act? Has anything changed, or for better or for worse?
Okay, thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here tonight. The topic again is the Nigerian Police Act 2020. Implication for criminal prosecution. So it's a broad topic. I will do my best to try and bring out some salient points that I found interesting in the act itself, whether it will be helpful or dangerous. On the first issue that was raised regarding lay persons, policemen, being able to prosecute matters in court. If, with permission, I would love to read that section 66(2) again. It says, a police officer may, take note, it's not shall, may, subject to the provisions of the relevant criminal procedure laws. I repeat again, subject to the provisions of the relevant criminal procedure laws enforced in the federal or state, prosecute before the courts those offenses which non-qualified legal practitioners can prosecute. The question is, are there offenses that non-qualified legal practitioners can prosecute? The answer is no. The fact that you said that they can, are there such? In federal state level, we have ACJA. Section 106 of Administration of Criminal Justice Act stated in clear terms that, if it permit me to read again, prosecution of all offenses in any court shall be undertaken by only the following persons. Take note, the express mention of one thing is the exclusion of the other. Who were those that were listed as in General of the Federation, the law officer in the Office of Ministry of Justice or Department, a legal practitioner authorized by the AGF, a legal practitioner authorized to prosecute by this act or any other act or National Assembly. Take note, this is the ACJA, listing those that can prosecute under that federal aspect of the law. And many states have also domiciled this ACJA in their various states. And thank God, the way when you were introducing our learned lecturer, Sylvester Demetri, he has written so many articles, so many publications in respect of this. And in one of his write-up, he summarizes, he said this is subject to the provision of the Constitution related to powers of the prosecution by the AG. The act goes further to provide that all charges filed to commence criminal prosecution in the magistrate court to which act applies must be signed. What I'm trying to say is the word. No, this new law talks about subject to the provision of the relevant criminal procedure enforced at the federal or state. In the states under the ACJL, who are those qualified to prosecute matters in court? You either have the Attorney General of the Federation, the law officers of the AGF, as the case may be, or the world, the Attorney General of the state, legal practitioners acting under authority of the AGF, a public officer prosecuting in his official capacity under the direction of the AGF, and any other person so authorized by the AGF, a private prosecutor, a police officer, who is equally a lawyer. Take note, there are many decisions on the world, other prosecuting authority. The question I'm asking is, well, from the ACJL that many states have, on the law itself, police officers are not listed. From the ACJL of many states and on the federal level, police officers are not listed. And this law we're talking about right now says, subject to the provisions of the relevant criminal procedure laws enforced in the Federal Capital Territory. So if this new Police Act is saying that it is subject to those laws, so we must definitely have a recourse to those laws. And what is the extant laws guiding prosecution in the current world? Is the ACJA in the federal courts, ACJL in the state courts, as the case may be. So if there is no policeman provided for in the ACJA and the ACJL, and number two, it says shall prosecute before the court those offenses which non-qualified legal practitioners can prosecute. Except I stand to be corrected. Are there laws, are there offenses listed that laymen can prosecute? I have not found any of such. I stand to be corrected. Then number two, I found section 66 sub 3 very interesting. It said there shall be assigned to every police division at least one police officer. We're talking about criminal prosecution. Where do we have many problems from all this while? Many a times, policemen will draft charges that are spurious. And when you come to the court, because of their inexperience, not legal training per se, a lawyer will floor them. A complainant who has a bona fide complaint, good petition, but because of the inexperience of police officers, they lose cases. But with this provision, we now have that there shall be assigned to every police division at least one police officer. That means it presupposes that what? If every police division has a lawyer assigned there, before any IPO drafts a charge and goes and files it, what? The lawyer must vet it. And if the lawyer vets every charge that is going to the court, you should be rest assured that what? Every charge that is filed in court should stand a chance of success. Before taking any matter to the court, the lawyer would have seen the facts of the case. Is there a prima facie case? If not, a lawyer who is what is not will not be pushed about to go and file a spurious charge. So I think that's section 66, sub 3, very interesting word. So I also find so interesting section 69. We're talking about, because it is holistic, the new Nigeria Police Act 2021, implication for criminal prosecution. Many a times we have people detained arbitrarily at the police station, languishing there. No respect for them. Section 69 provides 69.1 says, an officer, so somebody is the word. Police officer shall report to supervising magistrate. So that means what? The whole section 69 talks about what? A police officer who is heading any police division, either command, they are answerable to a magistrate who will be visiting them periodically. Says every month, an officer in charge of a police station or an officer in charge of any agency authorized to make arrest on the last working day of every month. So the word is shall. On the last working day of every month, report to the nearest magistrate the cases of all suspects arrested without warrant, the limits of their respective stations or agency, that's a list of bail or not. If you go down, you also talk about even judges also. Truth be told, what if police officers and other agencies that are prosecuting, arresting, detaining people can comply with this law, it will bring about some transparency and people will not be detained arbitrarily. Then lastly, if there was something I found so interesting which I really want to point out. Because if we don't treat it now, we may have serious challenges in the long run. Section 130, please, if you permit me, Section 131, Chapter 15 introduced what we call police, public complaints, and discipline. There's one that you want to talk about was the General Police shall establish a public police complaints response unit, CROU. In this act refers to as the unit in the force headquarters and each of the police commands in all the states. 232 and then 132 says what the unit shall consist of. Okay, then 133 talks about what the unit shall receive complaints or information of police officers' misconduct from the public. Complaints of police officers' misconduct from other police units or authority. Though this section is supposed to be for complaints against policemen in their conduct, unfortunately, this section somehow may be used arbitrarily by this CROU unit to discontinue cases that are pending before the court. Why am I saying so? Let's assume that a police officer investigated a matter and the matter is already caught. The matter is ongoing. A complaint is written to the CROU against the legal officer who files the charge or against the IPO who investigated the matter. And based on the system that we have, the corrupt system, I can tell you authoritatively, tendencies are there that matters already going in court because of allegations leveled against police officers who investigated. Such matters are being withdrawn. I can give you authoritative word. I have a matter already before the court already. And because this unit already has a legal backing by this police act, petitions are being written against the legal officer who is the prosecutor, complaints are being written against the IPO who investigated the matter, and the CROU is telling you that they have power to order them to withdraw matters when you have prima facie case. So to get a what problem we have in Nigeria is not the issue of law, but the implementers, those who implement it. Section 66 does not say policemen can prosecute expressly. It is still subject to the relevant laws. But I'll tell you, in actual fact, policemen will hold onto that section and say they have power. Their powers are limited. I don't know of any law that says laymen can prosecute. I don't know of any offense that says laymen can prosecute. But with that section, those who want to implement the law will use it arbitrarily against innocent citizens. I stop for a while for now. Thank you very much.
We thank you very much, Mr. Oba, for such an erudite explanation of some of the dissection of some of the sections of this new Nigeria Police Act.